fish to fry. Because we're going to be talking about the time Simran contracted insomnia. So it all started, let me set the scene for you. Singapore. We were interning there for 2 months, and we had gone the previous 2 months like without coffee because it was like kind of expensive, so we like drank it very infrequently. So we got to Singapore and they had these fancy espresso machines at both of our works. And we just loved that. So Simran and I drank around like 3 cups of coffee a day. We like worked ourselves up to that, but we used to drink like 3 cups of coffee a day and then like work like this, like get all our stuff done. And then we kept upping it and like talking to each other and be like, I'm on my 3rd cup. And like, oh, I'm going for a 4th. Like it was like a weird competition, like not a competition, but like a weird like we were like
supportive.
A support group like for the wrong reasons. Yeah, so it was horrible. At this time, we were also alternating our espresso drinks with fiber drinks.
Wait, also, I think what I didn't understand is like when you press the latte button that it puts a shot of espresso in it, so I would add a shot of espresso to it. Cause
you know what a latte is?
Yeah, like I get it now.
Yeah.
Espresso with milk.
Yeah, like a cappuccino.
So
okay, anyway, so getting into that. So we'd alternate these these espresso drinks with fiber drinks. So what a fiber drink looked like was
we were constipated.
We were constipated. We were so constipated. Remember this.
You have to eat out. Well, we had to eat out because we didn't have a kitchen, so we ate out every single day.
Yeah, but we ate every single meal out every single day.
Yeah.
So we got thick, 1, but 2, we also got constipated like severely. But remember that we were super constipated, and we did everything in our power to not be constipated, and we prayed that we wouldn't be constipated. Just remember those things. So then, what this fiber drink looked like, I feel like I should explain. So at my work, I had a clear glass. I got a tall glass every morning. I picked the tall glass out. I filled it up with warm water and then poured this semen-looking like mixture into it, and then stirred it with the stirring rod, which I later found out the whole time was a chopstick. So I literally used to use one of their chopsticks and just stir it and keep it in there and keep my chopstick in there, and people would look at me so weird. And I thought it was because I was drinking semen water, but it was actually because I was using a chopstick, which is like super inappropriate. Anyway, so we did that, right? And it was fun. So a couple weeks in, Simran got severe insomnia to the point where she could not sleep any night.
She was
up every single night, and it led to extreme anxiety in the daytime, which led to extreme nighttime anxiety about not sleeping. It was a circle, as you can tell. I myself am a sleeper. I sleep. That's my like main talent.
So I got like super jealous of her because at night she would just knock out, and I would just like look over at her and be like, "Buddy."
Yeah. Oh, and our beds are right next to each other. There was like this much gap between our beds. We're like trying to find solutions because we're like, she was going crazy. Like she was going crazy.
It was not doing well.
So we were like, all right, we're gonna like try like exercising. So we like got on bikes every night and we'd like bike around and like we'd try stuff like that. Frequently, however, like these were the bikes where you like scan the thing to get it, like a bird basically, and we'd get the bikes and then someone's phone would die and then we'd have to walk all the way back. And then we'd like explore. We do a lot of like, one time we went swimming in an attempt to
look at our smiles.
so into it because we were just like, we'll do whatever it takes to just go to sleep. We went on food tours. I tried to fatten her up with lots of fat so that she'd be like dead asleep. Didn't work. And we even took a cheeky little trip to Bali to try and de-stress a little Simran. It didn't work. Instead, she contracted nighttime urination, as you can see here. Anyway, so nothing worked. It was slowly deteriorating. It was not going well. So one day, Simran and I were like, we'll just go to the mall. We used to go to the mall all the time, and we're like, we'll just go, like, chill, walk around, like, whatever. Like, we tried everything. And I was supposed to meet her, so I was on the bus on the way back, and I get a call that's like, I'll meet you at like inside the mall. I can't wait for you outside anymore. I'll explain why later.
Oh yeah.
And usually we just met each other outside the mall and then went in because it's like easier to like do that. So I was like, oh no, okay. And then I get in and Simran came out of the underwear store with a bag of underwear. And I was like, why'd you buy underwear like that? Like that's kind of like shady. Like why'd you have to buy underwear without me? I just like don't understand. I was like, what do you do? Like we did everything together. So I was like, I'm okay, like whatever. And then she was like, so what happened is I peed myself. So you want to take that away?
Well, I didn't full on pee myself. I mean, I kind of did, I guess.
It
was like more stronger than a trickle, but so I had to get new underwear. Because like, you know, when you do that and it's like your whole underpants are definitely wet, they're like definitely wet, and then your pants are kind of wet too, but I was wearing black pants, so it was okay. Like nobody knew I peed myself, but it was wet enough for me to know.
How'd you do it? How did it happen? Like how did
I pee?
So she was with her boss.
And then she gave me a cup of coffee. I didn't need more coffee, and I wasn't sleeping.
So she wasn't sleeping. Her boss gave her a cup of coffee.
We had to meet somebody. It was like a meeting, right? So
an outside meeting.
It was an outside meeting, so I don't know why, but yeah, it was an outside meeting, and we had to meet with another company, and she took me with her.
Yeah,
and
makes
gave
sense.
me coffee.
Yeah.
Because this all makes sense. Nothing she did was out of the ordinary.
No, but you can always be like, oh, I'm glad I had enough coffee.
I don't know why I said yes.
But someone was like, I must drink the coffee
now. No, but
now.
I was like sleep deprived, so I was like, you know what? I could use a coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I get that now.
Yeah. So I drank it.
So Simran drank it, and then she started feeling anxious, and she was looking around, and she was like, I'm gonna pass out.
No, yeah, I thought that, and I was like looking for like a bathroom, because I was like, you know what, I'll just like excuse myself. I'll like splash some water on my face and like urinate. But there was no bathroom. I don't know where it was. It might have been upstairs in the coffee shop. Like it was like it didn't have like a sign for it. So I just started panicking the fuck out, and I was like, you know what, just breathe through it, and I like did, you know, till they left.
Yeah.
And then like when she like was like, are you good? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm good, but like I don't think I'm that good. So she was like, oh, I'll just like you can go or like whatever, because like she had to
go back to work.
Okay.
But she was like, okay.
I was like, where did I go?
Because then you were hyperventilating. So she's like, you can just go home.
Yeah. She's like, you don't have to come back. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, as one is hyperventilating, one would excuse other. So then someone was like, okay, and then she trickled.
I think it more than trickled. I mean, it just wasn't like a film, but it was like enough for me to be like, my underpants are wet, and enough for I just probably also looked like I did something in my pants. So I think she was just like, oh, like that's a lot. Like go home.
Go home.
And then I was just like, my life is falling apart, and my bladder can't control itself.
Yeah.
So then I scurried off to Cotton On to get underwear.
Yeah, that's where I found her, and I was like, oh my god, this is a low of a low. So I was like, we're gonna have to up the antics here. Like this is not working out anymore. Yeah. So anyway, like urinate yourself. I mean, anyway, so basically we tried this thing, which is like a sleep story. So it's like a story, and it's like a lengthy, pointless story that is told in efforts to make you fall asleep. Sure enough, she fell asleep. What a miracle. But I was up. I was so up and irritated because I was like, this story has no point. I was listening so hard, and it was so frustrating because it was so circular. Yeah. And she would never get to the waterfall. She kept trying to go to the waterfall and kept getting distracted.
The person in the story, by the way.
Oh, it was so, not Simran. The like character, and I was so frustrated. So I woke up and I tapped Simran. I was like, yo, what's the point? Like, do you know what the point of this is? Like, and then she was like, I fell asleep, and now I'm awake. And I was like, yo, whoa, so sorry. I royally messed up that. Fast forward, I think we figured out eventually, we put our genius brains together and figured out that if you just stop drinking coffee.
But we worked it out.
We worked it out, lots of meditation, lots of exercise at night, lots of not drinking coffee, and we worked it out. She was able to fall asleep. However, a couple days later, we noticed some new symptoms down in the Netherlands.
What?
And that was, I talked about constipation earlier. Slightly different story. Woke up diarrhea. Constipation's long lost cousin. She's a fun one. So I was drinking coffee a lot, like I had said earlier, right?
Yeah.
So I was at work, and so it was like grumbling in my stomach, and then it was like, I need to go. Yeah, so and I had like 30 seconds to go to the bathroom, and then hell would break loose in the bathroom, and I was like, oh god, like it was like White Chicks, kind of like, imagine that scene. It was kind of like that in the bathroom, and I was like, oh god, Anita, you're lactose intolerant. Why have you been drinking so much milk? You're consuming milk like a cow. Like it's horrible. Like you need to stop. And I was like, oh, and then I like bought a lot of like stuff to like help with that, and it didn't work, and I was like really frustrated because I was like, I keep pooping. Like I literally was going to the bathroom at least once an hour to poop, and like that takes a long time, so I was like gone for 15 minutes out of every hour, so I think people thought I was like up to something like shady, you know what I mean? And not only like, I'm pretty sure like word spread because like people were in that bathroom with me, they heard and smelled that. So like I think it was like, no.
And it was loud, right? It was like explosive.
Loud, yeah, it was like fireworks. Anyway,
excuse me.
like that. Wow.
Probably louder. But
yeah. Anyway, so then I was like at work once, and I literally was running to the bathroom, and I thought I wouldn't make it. So I was like, I almost didn't make it, and I like ran in, and I was like almost crying because I was like, that would have been so bad. Like, first of all, I was like wearing a dress that day, so it would have been on the floor, and like everyone would have known it was me.
Everyone you can't like, there's no like dog in the office.
Yeah, there was only UNiDA that goes to the bathroom every 15 minutes. They would have known, so I freaked out, and I like told my boss, I was like, yo, I have food poisoning, I'm leaving, bye everyone, probably won't see you again. So I left and I went home and I told Simran, but I didn't figure out completely that I had food poisoning yet, so I ordered a 7-course meal from an Indian restaurant nearby, and I ate all 7 courses in my bed, like really upset and Googling food poisoning symptoms. Yeah, so funny story is Indian food and food poisoning and 7 courses, it just comes out rapidly. Just do the math, man. It was horrible. So I was like in the bathroom for the rest of the night, and then Simran came home and I looked like this.
That night.
Yeah.
Well, because I told my boss that my roommate was
for no reason.
Like I think this was like after I urinated myself, and I was like, hey, it's my roommate's like. And she was just like, wow, you guys are just the dynamic duo. Yeah. So I went home to go save her.
Before, like, our beds were this far apart, there was a bathroom this far
bathroom.
apart from one of the beds, and there was no other, like, equipment in the room. Like I was like, please leave. Every time I had to go to the bathroom, I was like, you gotta go outside. Like, it's horrible, man. Like, it's horrible. It was, like, so bad. Like, even with the faucet running, you could hear it. After a while, she's like, dude, you go every 5 minutes.
I go 14 times a day. I think I'm okay.
I stopped going to work, obviously, because I, like, could not, like, function outside of the bathroom. And then she kept trying to tell me to go to the doctor, and I kept going, it's the last day. Like, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
But I never did. Because, like, after you go, you're like, yo, I'm done.
No, but then when we both had it, we couldn't even make it to Raffles, man. Like, and that's 5 minutes away. We were, like, pulling ourselves down the stairs, and we looked bad. This one would be the closest representation.
That's like the second day into Raffles, and so what happened was that she got
a low-key
food poisoning, like a low-key version, but she still got it, so it was like bad to the point we were alternating times in the bathrooms, and it was like I was losing my mind because I was like, if you don't hurry up, I'm gonna shit the bed. It was horrible. It was so bad. Like we'd like be banging on each other on the door, and it was just like you could hear and see and smell everything. It was like a 3D experience, and like both of us were like, "Yo, like we can never not be friends." Because like I don't think it gets worse than this. It was like bridesmaids. Like at one point, I actually debated shitting in the shower while you were in the bathroom. I was like, I can't.
Are you joking?
Because I was like, I can't go on the floor.
Why didn't you just go downstairs?
No, like I couldn't make it. I had to sit. If I got up, it would have fallen out of my butt. So I was home. So then we went to the doctor, but we barely made it. Like I literally, like we couldn't figure out where the door was because it wasn't open because it was Saturday. And like I was losing my mind because I was like, there's no open bathroom. Like this is not safe. It's like he like took us in separately, but we had the same story, and he laughed. The doctor laughed at us. He laughed at me especially because I said I went 14 times. He said, you and the IV. Basically, he said why we got food poisoning is because we went to Bali, which we did to cure the other issue. So it's just perfect how life works out. Anyway, this is like a little
from Bali.
Anyway, so that's that story. Eventually we got better and it was fine. But during the trip, I suffered from migraines. Probably a side effect from the immense coffee I was drinking, which is the trigger for everything. But instead of like it going away, somehow it triggered her to get migraines. She's never had migraines before, so
I think
she
it's
would
like
get...
when you see it and you want it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Also, like we have to leave work. We have to leave work a lot.
We like barely work.
We're not well. Well, our bodies.
But now, at the end, we survived. The moral is that like when you go through hell and back, you can never not be friends.
Because you have to, because you've heard her shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.